I'm going to outline how you can create a $2,500 an hour expertise as a service offering, even if you're not the world's top expert in your niche. That might sound bold, but stay with me, because consulting is making a comeback as one of the most attractive and in-demand business models for solopreneurs and small firms and experts looking to grow. Even as AI is shaking things up, this is becoming more true by the minute. If we haven't met before, my name's David Zimbicki. In my career, I've sold or delivered over $200 million of consulting services. I've worked inside massive organizations like Microsoft and Deloitte, as well as smaller firms in my own business. And here's what I've seen. Most solopreneurs and small businesses avoid consulting because of the dollars for hours trap. You get paid well, but only when you're working. Your revenue is tied directly to your time, which means your growth has a hard ceiling. But today, there's a new consulting playbook, and AI makes this possible. I call it building your AI dream team. In previous videos, I've talked about expertise as a service, moving away from delivering raw hours and moving towards delivering productized AI-enabled offerings that deliver real outcomes at scale. That focused on packaging your expertise. In this video, let's add another angle, packaging other people's expertise and delivering that alongside your own. Think of the original USA basketball dream team. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the best of the best assembled into one team. Now imagine being able to do that with consulting, assembling the best minds in branding, sales, funnels, content, service delivery, and having them on your team virtually through AI. Let me give you a real-world example. For the last couple of weeks, I've been rebuilding and rebranding my website. And for both my site and client sites, we usually use the StoryBrand framework from Donald Miller. I've read his books, I've used it many times, I know the framework pretty well. Donald's company recently released an AI tool to help you build your own brand and website and copy. Honestly, it wasn't that good. It tried to do too much with too little. You can't type a few bullets about your customer and get world-class results. So instead, I opened a new ChatGPT project and I made ChatGPT act as Donald Miller himself. Here's how. Donald Miller is famous enough and published enough that ChatGPT already knows a lot about his frameworks, but I went further. I pulled transcripts from his videos and tutorials and fed them into the session. That gave me a version of AI Donald Miller trained for my project. Then, instead of asking it to write me all my website copy, I treated it like I had actually hired him to consult with me. I was basically imagining we were sitting in a conference room at a whiteboard and doing a website design and copywriting session. So over the course of a couple of days, I worked through each page and each section of the website back and forth. We started with the brand script and the hero's journey. The typical, your customer has a problem, they meet a guide, that's you give them a plan, call to action, and lead them to the transformation while helping them avoid failure. On each of those steps, I spent an hour or more asking AI Donald Miller for critique. I'd say, here's my problem statement, I'd paste it in there. What do you think? Be specific. Don, is this the best you can do? How can we make it better? When we moved to web page copy, it was the same. We spent an hour or two just refining the main headline and tagline. Then we went through section by section, the homepage and supporting pages. Now compare that to the typical way you might be trying to use AI today, where you're just saying, here's a paragraph about what I do, now give me a whole website. I mean, sure, you'll get one, but it won't be very good. What I had was the equivalent of world-class branding expert working alongside me. Now at this point, you might be asking, Dave, didn't you just put yourself out of business as a company that helps people with websites and content and branding? If anyone can spin up an AI Donald Miller, why hire you? That's a great question. Let's unpack it. First, this process only worked because I already knew the StoryBrand framework very well myself. If you've never really read the StoryBrand book or have any understanding of the framework, even if you were talking to Donald Miller, that would be like a novice talking to an expert. It would be like a private in the army trying to build a battle plan with a general. You won't get very far because you're just way too far apart. And if you're only serving that role of the private or the newbie that doesn't know anything, you're not really adding any value. But if you're already experienced, like a colonel in the army working with a general, then suddenly the plan can become world-class. AI can help a novice get to average, but it helps an expert get to elite. That's when it clicked for me. I'm not out of business, I just assembled my dream team. Donald Miller is my copywriting and branding lead. Russell Brunson will be my sales funnel coach. Amy Porterfield will be my digital course strategist. These are the mentors and the frameworks I've studied for years. Now with AI, I can bring them directly into my client services. So when a client works with me, it's not just me. It's me plus the dream team. And the AI agents and tools we build have that expertise baked right in. Now, how does this connect to consulting and expertise as a service? Well, the goal of expertise as a service is simple. Deliver a world-class outcome without tying it to your hours. So let's go back to the website example. Could I package that entire process up as a service? Absolutely. Here's how. I'll go back through the full history of that chat project and extract all of my prompts and all of my refinement questions. the prodding and pushing that got the best results. Then I'll add the examples, feedback, and extra training for AI Donald Miller. I'll also map out the exact inputs clients need to prepare, and then we can deliver it as a 3-day group consulting program. So picture this, a virtual workshop, 3 days, 4 hours a day with 20 people in it. Each day starts with a short training video, then a set of AI co-pilots like AI Donald Miller that help each client step through the framework. They create their brand script, then their homepage, then their supporting pages. For about an hour each day, I'm live to answer questions, review work, and guide the group. But here's the kicker. We also have pre-built websites in our Accelerate suite based on the StoryBrand framework. So all they have to do is copy and paste their new copy, pick their colors, add some images, and they get a world-class website in a couple of days. By the end of those 3 days, each client walks away with one of their best websites in their niche. Now let's talk numbers. That program could easily sell for $2,000 a seat. Cap it at 10 people, and that's $20,000 of revenue. My personal involvement, maybe 8 hours total. That's $2,500 an hour of effective hourly rate. And notice it's not just me. It's my expertise plus Donald Miller's frameworks plus AI automation, ready-made implementation tools. The client gets a done-for-you outcome without needing to be a copywriting or textpert. This is why I believe consulting combined with automation and expertise as a service is making a big comeback. Because think about what this model delivers. 1, clients get a great website. 2, they get it far cheaper than other models. Donald Miller himself for a few days might cost $50,000. A custom agency to build a full website might be $10,000 or $20,000. My model delivers similar outcomes for $2,000. And third, I generate $20,000 in revenue for under 10 hours of work. That's the win-win-win of expertise as a service. Clients win, the markets win, and you, the provider, win big. And here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about websites. It can work in any niche, any framework, any outcome you can systemize and deliver with AI and a fractional team. So if you've avoided consulting because of the hours for dollars trap, it's time to look again. This is a new playbook. The experts who adopt it now will be the ones delivering world-class outcomes at scale and getting paid accordingly. And now that you know the framework for how to build your own AI dream team, next you want to watch this video where I go through the whole framework of turning your expertise into a service and moving from delivering information to delivering outcomes.